B-roll, yeah? Welcome back again. Once again, another episode of the Random Podcast Show with my co-host,
Asherpreneur,
B2 Paris.
And today we have a special guest.
Genius.
Yeah, goes by the name of MC Genius.
Yes.
Okay, so how's your week been, everyone?
the week has been good. I got a promotion at work, so
Hey! Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, so I can't complain. I've had a good week.
Yeah, because everybody's asking you for the last couple of weeks, where's Asherpreneur? Where is Asherpreneur? She's
Oh, is it?
missing. You know what I mean?
Working hard, but I'm
Working
back.
on that
Full
promotion.
effect.
Working on the crowd.
Yeah, because this unpaid leave and all this time off, unsolicited time off, moonlighting your real job. You know what I mean? This isn't good. This isn't good, man. I don't know. It's only because we've got love for you, you know. But
You're a mess.
Yeah.
You're a mess.
Thank you.
you're special. You know what I mean? Yeah, we have missed you. Asher.
Thank you.
of course.
Thank you. I've missed being here, though.
Yeah, everyone's missed you. The podcast has missed you. The audience missed you, and we're glad that you're back.
Yeah, but I must say, you two did carry it well.
Oh,
The past couple of weeks, I really liked it. I've watched last week's one twice, actually.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I really enjoyed
nice.
it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have any good feedback about phobias or?
When it was premiering, there was people on it straight away in the first 5-10 minutes.
Comments. I saw
In the
some comments on
yeah.
the page and stuff, like people
Yeah.
talking about it. So many people.
Yeah. You know, what about you, Genius? You haven't got any phobias, like animal phobias and stuff like that?
No, do you know what? I'm quite frightened of mice.
Mice?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, mice.
Yeah, mice, yeah.
Rats
it's
and
funny.
mice, or just same
Any
rodents?
any little rodent, I don't, can't really.
Make your skin crawl.
Yeah,
Like,
it's more that, I think.
yeah.
I think it's more that.
Mine is cat. I ain't letting the cat.
Do you know what? I forgot about cats. I've been
Right.
chased by a cat.
Yes.
I've been
What
chased
did
by.
you do?
That's
They're
the thing.
vicious.
Listen to me. I remember. I can actually remember even what I had on. I was going to my friend's house up Tyler's, Purley. Good friend of mine, still a good friend up to today from school. And I was walking through an alley. It was still daylight. It was in the sun. I had some shorts on. Can you remember Fila trainers?
Yeah.
Had the boots on. And I'm walking through the alley and I saw a cat and it was kind of crawling towards me. So I didn't think nothing of it. I just kept on walking. But I'm thinking to myself, this cat's getting quicker and it's getting faster. So I did this. So I went,
Yeah.
and it went. I said, rah. I just see it start running, mate. I shift.
Yeah, I would have been.
Yeah, I went. I didn't like that at all. That did give me the creeps.
I was probably just coming to say hello.
Nah, I'm not really on
This
that.
lovely guy.
Yeah.
Let me
Now
come say
agile
hello.
and just
Yeah, they are very
yeah.
agile.
And the fact that you done the scare tactic and it
Yeah.
didn't jump back, I would have been like, "What?"
Well, that's what
Done a
made me.
U-turn too.
That's what made me run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since then, I've been a bit skeptical.
brave
of
one.
cats.
Did you see
Some cats
that?
can be
Tom
awesome.
and Jerry.
Yeah.
Not just Jerry, you know, Tom and Jerry,
and
you know what I
Jerry.
mean?
He's like in the
Little guys,
Yeah,
you know?
I was Jerry, definitely.
Yeah. But a lot of people like this. A lot of people don't. I think people have said to me, cats are evil. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe so. And cats. Don't start me on cats.
Oh God! Don't start him on
Oh,
cats.
right.
Oh God! Don't
You know what? I
start
didn't
him.
even realise cats.
I will not have this blasphemy on my poor little.
Well, you got a cat, yeah?
Oh God! Yes, you got one.
I don't even know why you're here. You know, but go
No,
home
no,
and
no,
She's
sleep.
not
offense.
mine technically.
No offense to
She's
people
a
that
weird.
have cats. I just don't get on with them.
They make me sneeze.
How?
No.
I mean, when you've got an allergy to them, I can fully
Yeah,
understand.
I can understand
but like,
that to an extent.
I tell you what, my allergies to cats. Right, somebody actually says to me, they're my nemesis. Yeah, because there's so many cats where I live. There's so many.
Oh gosh, it's mad that you say that. As I'm walking through, I'm saying there's a lot of cats around here. I thought.
Oh, so you noticed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought the same thing.
Oh, you noticed too.
No, remember when I passed it that day and I was like, "What's the cats around here?"
Oh,
And
right,
he was
so-
having a bit of a. He's like, "I can't even dance because it's that there." And I-
Yeah, it's not just
Yo.
me then.
I don't even want to go into one of the experiences I had this week. Yeah.
Oh.
But cats right opposite me. There's one with 13 cats. Next to them, there's 2 or 3 cats.
now that's
Next to them, there's
that's extreme.
just surrounded within 6 or 7 houses of me
What is that
either
about,
side.
man?
There's, I believe, at least 20 cats.
Yeah.
And more than 10 in one household.
I think when you start going
Stinks.
into them 3, 4, 5 numbers is
You host stink.
Yes.
yeah. Like I'll be honest, I have a cat. I do like cats. I do like dogs. I do prefer dogs over cats. But,
Same.
you know, it's more for my child than it was for me. But you know, it's one of those sayings where, like, for our cat, she's in a black household. You're getting bathed regularly. And when people say, "Oh, you're not supposed to bathe cats," they bathe themselves. That's along them lines of people don't wash in their body, let the water trickle down, and then things. They're like, no. You bathe the animals, and
and the
whether
wet
you
cat
come
is
for me
even
or
worse.
not. But then you got to dry them. Like, she has her towel, she has her own cloth, like she has her soap, she has her own stuff. But she is getting in that bath, regardless, because they do smell. Their litter has to be. I make her change the litter quite often, and so like that again helps eliminate the smells. All those sort of tactics have to be put in place. But when you have them multiple cats,
Yeah, I've got a cat lady by me.
it's just gets to the point of where, are you really maintaining all of that level of hygiene to have a cat?
And the thing is, people treat them like they're their kids.
Yeah.
They really.
I think that people treat their pets like
children.
children.
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think what surprised me is when you have a whole aisle down at Christmas dedicated to dog and cat Christmas presents.
Novelty stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Stockings.
are you
no,
buying stuff?
No,
You're not
that's
buying
money.
them?
No,
No?
it's bad enough living. You got vet fees. You have
Yeah, it's a lot to maintain
insurance.
a pet.
You have, and you know, we buy toys for her to kind of entertain. But no, we're not doing that.
So
That's
what's the
extra.
average spend per year on the cat? Like, apart from
I
food,
mean, her food alone costs about
food and litter and all that
48 quid
stuff. A year?
A month.
A month?
every 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow.
Okay. What else is there, like, annually? Like,
If you
Well,
got-
she's got vet bill.
I was
like
about
you
to
obviously
say
like
that.
when she
Yeah.
goes to the vet for checkups and jabs and whatever else, you've got that payment, and then she's got a monthly insurance, which, to be fair, is covered by my daughter.
Yeah.
I kind
I
of.
mean-
Having her take up
I
the
make it. Yes, she
responsibility.
wanted
But
the
that's true,
cat,
she
so
wanted
that
it.
was her responsibility. That is your animal. I get all the lovesies and hugs and stuff like that, but yeah, primarily the cost is hers because that's what
So
she
there's
wanted.
what? How many people are there in the UK?
A lot.
6.5 million or something like that.
65, 66 million.
65.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
sorry, not
60
6.5,
60
65 million. Yeah.
And there's 11.1
Oh, 67 now, isn't it?
million cats in the UK.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
That's not. No, yeah, that's
So
not.
and I've got 20 of them living right next to me.
Know that.
yes.
So when you do the
13 of them live to one house.
yeah, but the proportion that's now honestly they pee me off because they poop up my back garden.
Yes.
I'm
Oh
not
gosh,
even-
I'm not even gonna want to get into
I
that.
don't even want to get the latest. I can't even tell you the latest experience. I'm just gonna miss that out. But yeah, they
Yeah,
walk past here like you got you got your Ring doorbell and all those things.
Yeah.
I don't even check because more time nobody ain't coming to visit me. It's a cat.
Yeah.
More times it's cat.
Nightlight
They're
comes on.
very-
Just rolling past.
Yes.
intelligent animals,
Yes.
especially if
I
they.
was going to make a rude joke then.
Go on.
Can't say you ain't getting no pussy.
Yeah, you know that. Easy, Gallus.
No, I get none.
Rolling past your yard every night, every day.
X-rated. Wow, Rudy. I think you, my guy.
Cheers.
All right, let's.
You just see the cats out there in little bikinis and
You
stuff like
know
that.
that.
They're doing the slow stroke
Yeah.
past the door. Hey.
Little hills.
Why you call me back? So, God forbid, would you get another cat?
No,
Certainly not. She's
No.
my friend. One is enough.
one is enough.
Okay.
It's like I love dogs primarily more than cats, but
So
I
would you
wouldn't
get
get
a
a
dog?
dog. No,
They're more
because
maintenance.
they're more maintenance, and I'm selfish. When I want to up and go, I want to up and go.
True,
Not
true,
all of
true.
this.
True,
Who
very
will
true,
look after
yeah.
my dog?
Oh,
none
yeah.
of
Watch you
that.
go on holiday and thing, yeah.
And not only that, them bills, them vet
Bills
bills.
are expensive for dogs, yeah, definitely.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like even the other day, I was at an event for a friend, and I can't remember what it was. I think she said something like 10 grand. A girl that was there was saying she just had to drop 10 grand on her dog. I was just like,
What for? Sorry?
True love.
I think the dog was
Later.
poorly or something happened to the dog,
yeah.
so
Oh,
the
okay.
vet
And
bill
dogs
was
are
up. But
dogs are expensive to buy as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
I couldn't even.
Talking a good couple, over $5,000.
Yeah.
Some dogs, some breeds.
I would have to disappear and change my name, move
But-
to Sweden. Something.
But is it
They would
any,
not get that up.
yeah. But is it any different when you think of how we're talking about people and their pets? Is it any difference of any of us with a car what we actually love?
A car.
Yeah. So if you think of it, you're going to say, right, oh, I really like that car. And you're going to break yourself to get that car. And you might even put it on HP or, you know what I mean? Because you like that car. Where people with cats, that's the kind of same kind of mindset that they have. Oh, I really want that cat. And they understand what it takes to take care of that cat in regards to
I'll be honest.
finance and everything. You
So
understand what I'm saying?
liability is-
You know what I mean? So they know
investment.
what they're getting into.
Yeah.
But that's the love they got for the cat or any dog, their pet. You know what I mean? Their pet.
Because dogs, there are like pure pedigree cats that are worth dough.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous
yeah.
amounts of money.
Yeah.
And I suppose when you're
Siamese,
yeah, they're very. But
And
even
the
Bengal
skins.
cats are quite expensive. When you get like a certain breed
Yeah.
of Bengal cat,
Yeah.
they can be quite expensive.
Yeah.
And
Skinless
what you
ones.
see now, everyone's getting is a Mancoon.
Those are the big
Them
furry
big
ones.
cats.
They're
A
expensive.
Mancoon cat.
I don't know that one.
That seems to be the new craze for everyone. But when
Mancoon,
you
that
think
sounds
that
Like
these
this,
are
I like now, currently.
like $2,000 for a tiny
Something
litter.
sound like something you eat in the West Indies. You know, like manaccoons.
Yeah.
Okay,
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're,
Okay.
Oh,
But
God.
they're massive.
They're massive.
Maine Coon.
Maine
Like a lion.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Are they
like
really?
a
Oh,
little-
they're that kind of size. They're big for
no,
children.
they're big. They're big. But again,
Wow.
I mean, try and see what kind of price they would go for.
To me, that just looks like that's being come out of a lab.
Yeah.
You know the one that,
It probably is.
yeah, science. They just
Probably is.
Yeah,
You've got to
just
think.
genetically
But that's what they
modified.
say
Yeah.
about cats. Okay, so there's this. I don't know. I'm just. This is allegedly. That's the word I'm looking for. Allegedly. So they're saying that cats could have been a genetically modified creature from like the Egyptian days, because considering we think domestic cats are a breed from lions, from the big cats, it's like they have some very unique
fact.
differences. So like in terms of cats' eyes, big cats have round eyes, whereas a household cat eyes can be round and then can go in a slit like a snake eyes. Big cats don't hiss. Domestic cats hiss.
Like a Siamese
Like
cat.
a-
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, like a snake.
Yeah.
Only reptiles kind of hiss, or snakes hiss. So they hiss like a thing, but yet they're supposed to be a descendant of a big cat. So they say that because back in Egyptian days, like ancient Egyptian days, they used to use cats as a way to see through the like next universe.
To
And
the
that, because
afterlife.
cats can see.
Yeah.
Size.
Yeah. So they reckon that they were kind of like allegedly genetically modified from
Yeah.
I
then to
believe
help
that.
them
I
see
believe that
into
still
like.
Yeah,
because
okay.
Because I'll be honest with you, there's some times where I've had to nudge the cat a couple of times where she'd be looking in the corner too hard, you know, and there's nothing there. I'm like, that, stop that. Because
Yeah, that'll freak
they
me out.
can see stuff that we can't.
That'll
So
freak me
it's
out.
like,
I say that with dogs as well, though. don't I?
Yeah.
If someone dies and your dog's like,
Yeah,
it feels the
yeah.
spirit and thing.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's very true.
Yeah, about you, like you got a cat. Is there anything your cat does what kind of annoys you on a daily basis when you're chilling, or do you just love your cat? Your cat can't do anything wrong.
no, she has. My daughter brought this gigantic, that's the only way I could describe it, tree thing for her to scratch, like a scratching
Scratch
post, but
post.
then there's like a bed and play bits hanging off it and everything else. This cat will scratch my mattress, my chairs, even down to my cupboard doors recently, over this very plush looking, like that aggravates me. Her smell aggravates me. If I come in and I smell her, like, no, something has to give right now.
Wow.
And it's not going to be my nostrils. So we need to fix this, bathe her, change the litter, dash it out. I'll pay for what I need to pay for, but fix it. Because I cannot stand animal smell.
Do you think it's like a cat's like that's another expensive hobby, like, you know? Not
She
not
can be.
in a way. No, I don't mean it literally a hobby.
Not a hobby, like okay, it's a conflict, because growing up through school, and I do apologize to anyone that I offend with this. Growing up through school, I never used to understand when people used to take time off of school or be bawling all in the classroom because their cat or dog died or whatever else. To me,
never got
it's
that.
an animal. Like, what's
Oh,
wrong?
yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it.
But now,
Now,
yeah.
now I have our little tiger.
Yeah.
I understand.
Kind of, you could understand to an
I
extent now.
understand.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I adore her, and it's one of those ones where I never wanted her in the first place. This was a motherly duty that stepped in, and now I adore her. I
Yeah.
do adore her. I can say I
So
love
there's
her
something
in her
about
ways.
them.
So it is something about them, and
Something about them.
Don't get it twisted. They are exactly that. Like, people like dogs because they're very affectionate. People with cats, you can't rely on that to be affectionate. They're affectionate in their own time, but when they are affectionate, it's lovely.
I was just about to say as well. So what do you get from cats? Because at least with dogs, oh, come here, rub the belly and all that. The dog will come and here. You take the dog for the walk. Oh, throw it a stick. Oh, it's going to bring it back. And those, do you know what I mean? That's interaction. The cats just lays on and rub upon you and be lazy. Oh,
dogs are quite intelligent.
Do you know what I mean? The cat's just lazy.
Cats are very intelligent as well. Don't get twisted. Cats
crafty.
are very. I would say they're more intelligent, and I don't mean to start a debate with this because it's. But I would say the intelligence of cats isn't on command intelligence, but they are crafty. They will watch and learn your habits, what you do. You're, like mine even knows when I'm ready to go to bed. Like she fully knows what my movements are, and then she will act accordingly so that we can then go to bed because I'm the last to kind of go bed. So
the cat goes to bed as well?
Yeah.
Like
she'll come upstairs.
Sleep.
Ready.
Upstairs. Your cat's got a bedroom.
She doesn't have a bedroom, but she has a little bed and whatever set up. But she'll kind of lays outside my room door. I won't let her in my room.
So it'll just lay there till morning and get up, or does it?
Yeah, and then when I get up in the morning, she's there, and then I go in the bathroom. And she follows me in the bathroom.
Do you have a cat flapping thing?
No, she doesn't go outside.
Okay.
She's an indoor cat.
So can I have a little vote here? Like, do you have animals?
No way.
I just have to ask you.
No.
Right, so you've got a cat, only a cat. I have no animals.
Got children to feed.
So if it was a vote, like everyone had to have one pet in the UK. First of all, cat or dog?
Dog?
Cat or dog?
Do I only have to choose between them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Only them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have to take in the maintenance into
Cat or
consideration?
dog? That's all it is cat
I'd
or
have
dog.
a dog then because I
Yourself?
Dog.
Me, I'm going jail. I'm not having any.
Oh, so you gave it all.
Yeah.
How would you have gone
Yeah, but second question.
Silly.
Second question. Any animal, it doesn't have to be a cat or dog. Any pet. You know, it could
Lioness,
be a hamster or whatever.
lion or something like that.
No, come on, it's not a lion.
Oh, I
because that
can't.
would bite
You
you
said
up.
any pet.
Yeah, I know.
No, but in Dubai they keep them.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Half of them are drugged up and they're drunk. They don't even know what's going on.
True.
They take out their teeth, all kind of different
True.
things. Don't be fooled by half of that.
That's true. They do.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah,
But
you
it's
can't
interesting to see them
It's
living,
very,
coexisting with
very,
them.
very.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very.
But even the size of them, they'll crush you if they, you know.
That's what I'm saying. You see them, give me a high five.
Yeah, afraid to have a little kid.
No, not really.
Yeah, they have
You
the
know what
little
I mean?
children. I see the
Yeah.
guy. They have the little children riding the back of the lion until like in the yard. What?
Yeah,
The
true.
worst thing is about it, don't the lions see the children as little prey?
No, I don't think
That's
so.
because when you see them at the zoo and stuff like that, they're always trying
yeah,
to
that
pour
one.
out the kids.
That one that was like the little baby. He wanted to nam that baby boy.
And the parents are like, oh, puppy.
Yeah, I want to nam that baby.
Won't bite. I was just
Yeah.
thinking, in my mind, I always think worst case scenario.
you
So
would.
the moment I see that, I'm moving my child because I think, what if that glass breaks?
Break, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, if I could choose, I would definitely have probably like my bearded dragon and an iguana.
Okay.
And I would have to have the money to back that because they need special lighting.
You see, there she goes again with the reptiles. She's going to say snake next to them.
No, I wouldn't.
You know what you're
have
going
a
to feed them?
snake.
You're going to feed them mice and all them things.
Yeah, I mean, what is with this whole thing that you can't feed them live mice?
Who said that?
Feed
You're
what
not
like
allowed
mine?
to feed. Well, if you have
You're not- you
like
buy
a
them
snake,
dead,
you
though,
have to
from the
buy them
pet
dead
shop.
and frozen. But I just thought the whole point of having a
Oh no, look at you.
You can
Predators.
understand it to an extent.
dangle
Yeah.
it, teach it to hunt.
Yeah, you can understand it to an extent.
That's cruelty, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's a form of cruelty.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And that's a bit disturbing as well, the fact that you want an animal where you can feed them live animals.
You and this love for cats. You sure you ain't a witch?
I know some people talking about vegan stuff. That's not very vegan either.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? You feed
You know that.
I would.
You know what it
She
is?
talk about vegan. What she really does
chocolate.
is slice it up and season it up. And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Masala.
This is kind of twisted, isn't it? Should we start talking about crime and stuff like
Or
that?
what I do is probably like that little stopwatch and be like on your marks, get set, go.
How long you done it?
A long time. I never knew this side of her though. No, she's changed. She's changed. She's got a cat.
I don't know, man. I don't
She
know.
got a cat. That's a big change in itself.
Grew up again watching wildlife.
Oh, it's a cat new then?
Not new, but
Like a year and.
Oh, is that it?
No, wait, actually 2 years. 2 years.
But
Wow. 2 years.
don't you think, right? at a certain age, like, I don't know so much with men, maybe it's true, but with women, you reach the age where you might get a dog or get a cat. Is that true or false? I think I see it.
I think so. I think that is something as you get older.
You know, so you didn't mind it, even though you wasn't into it before, but you didn't mind it because he was like
I think maybe
that changing stage in your life where...
For me, again, where I've been single for such a long time, as much as I adore her, I wouldn't change it. Well, actually, anyway, going off topic. I think sometimes for me it's that stigma of a cat represents that cat lady.
Single. That's why she says. That's why I'm saying she's not getting any more cats.
Yeah, that's what they say. But people who like people who got dogs, for example, you know, dog passed away, and they say, "Oh, we won't get another dog."
Yeah,
another dog.
But the cat lady thing is a
multiple.
thing.
Yeah,
that's a replacement. But when you're talking multiple, it's like. So I understand the need for some form of companionship or do you know what I think it is? When you hear about it, and I'm sure I'm going to come across it soon when my daughter goes off to university, but what you hear a lot of people talk about is the loneliness of coming home to an empty house. And I won't lie to you, there are moments where, like, especially if my daughter's off doing something.
Why are you going to get a cat?
You talk about get a man like they're just like this.
Have you seen the dating scene of the UK?
No.
Have you seen
the dating scene of the UK?
Yeah,
he's saying it like we can go shop and just go pick up man. Like they're on the shelf.
We wish we could.
Technically,
with the hazard warning as well.
Technically, you could.
You can't.
How do you,
especially this day and age where no one likes to talk to no one.
Yeah, we know
no
that.
one knows. And there's this warped sense of where men now feel like women should approach them because then they feel more at ease that they're not going to be rejected. And it's just like...
Why shouldn't a woman approach a man?
Because that's not the way it was supposed to go.
It's not... Yeah, and... We've had our time of doing that. Like, I think we need to go back to the main...
What, you've had your time? Women approach men?
I've drawn a bear man.
Okay.
I have. My confidence, that sounds like, but if I like you, I'm going to approach you and say it. Do you know what I mean? But being that, still, I would still like the men to still approach me, and I was still liked.
I think men have checked out. Like,
I think they have as well. I agree.
Totally.
The argument against that is like, okay, you want the girl to come and check you and ask you out and do all of this, but then when she becomes the alpha male in a relationship, you're going to talk about, oh, she's too masculine for me.
Yeah, there's that as well.
Make your mind up about.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
I feel like as well, it depends on who kind of raised you in the music. So for me, I was raised off Little Kim and that era of hip hop, of independent. And when Kim came about, she was chatting like she's doing that to man, this to man. That's who that album I can spit back to front. My mum could probably spit that back to front. It got played out so much.
That's why men are so different to women. And women. They indulge in this kind of, they get in, what's the word for it? Like for instance, drama. A girl could sit down and watch hours and hours of drama, only way of X's and stuff, where a man would be like, shit.
That's true.
Do you understand?
That's true. So and he will only watch it because she's got him into it, but it's not something he would necessarily do.
So women, like, in whether it's music or it's telly, or women like, yeah, you go, girl.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, but then and it's like, you know
what I mean? So like, relatable. And like, it's so funny because I say to myself, come on, man. You're better than that.
Hold on. Can I interject
I know a male that says the same sort of stuff, though.
Yeah, like.
But is it not a case of like, we want the boys to men, we want the Jodeci, we want to be sung
we
to
ain't
in
getting
the
that.
desert.
That
but
we were sold a dream with them niggas,
instead,
with them guys in the sand.
We've got to side with
And them
Sunshine
Tims.
Anderson of Heard It All Before. Because of our experiences, we are going to relate to those songs when they do come out. And so it does make it look like we're like, all the destinies, I'm a survivor. It will look like we're, But that's because we've had how much heartbreak or how much disappointment or how much...
And the
just
the Jodeci's, the Cave Sweats, all those lyrics there, they don't come into fruition.
You weren't that.
So we had to
where was your leathers in the sand?
You know what I mean?
Where was
He's
it?
Where was your feelings?
You know how that hit me?
Yeah.
But you see how girls react to that because that's what we want.
Still longing for it.
But but at them times there, you weren't exposed to anything else rather than knowing what that really means, innit?
Yeah.
You know, gonna take a few clothes.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. You
But,
know,
all the 90s R&B,
Yes,
what
exactly.
what they sung about in the 90s R&B isn't,
You
it
could
gave
relate
us
to
gave us an illusion of
Yes.
what relationships was going to be like,
Yes.
how men were going to treat us,
Yeah.
and what the words were like. I really
Again,
felt someone was going to be singing Cry For Me in the sand.
Not just the music.
Come
but
on.
Not just the music. You've got to think the TV shows as well.
Yeah.
Even when you look back at the house parties or
Yeah.
class act and stuff like that, it was the men trying to go for the girls, like sway, you got to swoo the girls and stuff like that. When you look at the Cosby shows, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, all of those shows was the men kind of swooing
Pursuing
and
women.
being like, you
Yeah.
know, oh hey
Yeah.
baby, da 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 da.
But you know
Not
what?
Wash your pin.
Yeah,
Like-
but that's because it was all private them times.
True,
And
there's that as well.
you can that
Bit of sneaky
intimacy
links.
was more just between us. But now everything is exposed. You know what I mean? If a man could literally come out and say,
sorry to cut you there. When
Yeah.
you say everything's exposed,
so back in the days, you wouldn't you would hear, okay, if you take Shabba Ranks, for example, X-rated, make the woman excited.
yeah.
But now Cartel's talking about, girl, give me the pussy and ring it up.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong,
Yep.
men like that when they're doing it, but sometimes when you're hearing it, you got to understand, I got a mum, I got a daughter, you understand what I'm saying to you? So sometimes it's a bit...
I think dancehall's gone that
Yes.
way.
And how
anyway.
women are talking about, they're pussy, innit?
Yeah.
And you be like, rah.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, what man really wants that? You understand what I'm
going
saying?
back to the checking out.
Yeah,
business.
do you know what I mean? So I think where it's just come out like it's nothing now and how it's exposed, it doesn't give that feeling, oh boy, that first date.
Yeah, the
or
mystery behind things have
behind
gone.
things
That's very
and all
true,
of that.
'cause now you've got the
That's
OnlyFans,
yeah,
which
that's what,
again,
yes,
allows
that's
girls
what I'm
to
saying.
expose themselves.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Because that same
Accepted.
OnlyFans girl, she's showing it to thousands and thousands of people online, and her man is at home seeing exactly the same thing that should be
Just for
secret
him.
to him.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
But girls don't understand that now.
Yeah. And you know, men.
Because no
What do you
one's
say?
singing
What you
like
said?
Jodeci.
Girls don't understand what?
Like in the sense of when you're doing OnlyFans, yes, you may have that money in the bank. Yes, you might have that little Instagram fame or whatever it is. But then when you, I can't
The
say
long
deep it, in the long run, when you hear what men actually want, like on TV and to slap about and all that, yeah, and not slap about as in like violent, but kind of bedroom bully tactics. Yeah, that might be all exciting, but when you think of the mother to have your children, are you going to take this woman home to your mum?
Yeah.
Are you going to introduce her to your
family.
gran, to your aunties? No. But
I also
everyone's
Back to the
looking
checking
more
out again,
kind of
isn't
but I should be able to do this with my body and I'm making money in
But
my
that's
own
all
money.
about empowerment as well, because women have been not put down, but we've always been like, there's a gender pay gap. There's always this, there's always that. So now that's where I say, when I say Kim raised me, she taught me about independence as a woman, where it's not just in a sexual manner, but it's in independence and being strong. And I feel like a lot of what these women are doing now out there, they think it's empowering, but in the reality of it is it's not that empowering because people look at you in a way. And as you said, when you go to lock down with somebody, he already knows all your history. There's no mystery behind you.
Yep.
And everybody knows it as well. So you're not, people want people to be theirs, isn't it?
And it's worse when
And
you're in a
there's only-
small town
Mm.
because
Everybody knows.
everybody
Yeah.
knows. And the worst is you've probably been with two or three of, you know,
That's
that
the worst thing
person's
about
friends
small
and
town.
stuff
And you're
like
having
that.
a relationship for other people.
Yeah.
So it's like a Facebook
Yep,
relationship.
yep.
Everybody
Clout.
knows. It's
But
it's
again,
yeah.
when
Lot of
did
stuff
that
alike.
become a thing where as soon as you're in a relationship, you must let
Everybody
everybody
know.
know?
But what I
No,
felt,
some people do that. Some people broadcast that.
a lot of women get upset about it. Oh, why have you not posted? Like, I've just through the males that I've spoken to, I know I'm a woman, but I'm not bothered about if you post me or not. Actually, don't post me because I've got my own shit going on. But a lot of females, they take offense. Why have you not posted me yet? Why haven't you put me? Why are you bothered?
Yeah.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
You know what's going on.
I think it's
set in.
So it's a status thing.
yeah.
They're just
I
looking-
think it's a sense of insecurity.
Security.
yeah,
agree.
definitely.
Because when you think of it, many years ago, where everything, like even if you take pictures, for example, you would go to, especially in the black culture, you go to your family's house, and the exciting thing would be, oh, you're going to look through a photo album as well, and
yeah.
look through
The memories.
and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. That's now on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would go through, oh, auntie, well, I like your wedding dress that day. Oh, yeah, that was 1960 such or such and such. But now
Yeah.
weddings are on your blasted Facebook. So there's all of us in here that could say there's people on Facebook that are our friends, but we don't really check for them, or we don't really speak to them.
We know what
people
people
asking to be your friend.
But we're bringing them into our little
private.
So I get it
as
when,
well.
when a
You
lot of people
understand?
keep their things private, because when you go on
And,
Instagram, the amount of people I know on Instagram, more so females, their thing is private. I
Yeah.
think men more have their thing open. You know what I mean?
You reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Like me, I don't want that at all. Look.
But like, I mean,
have
on
mine
social,
open.
I
It's all, no, but the thing is, if
Because
you're,
it depends what you're
to
using
hide.
it for.
if you're doing business and
Yeah.
stuff like that, I
Has to be open.
understand it.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm not saying anything bad about. I'm not saying it's bad because whatever you're all right with that. That's all right with you. But I wouldn't put my wedding pictures. That's for me and my wife.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put my kids on there because I would like to protect my kids. So when they get to an age, they can make the choice of if they want to be on Facebook, they can do it. Because if you sign up for Facebook now, they're not going to say you have to be 8 and older. They're saying you have to be 18 or older or
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
So,
Certain
but
age.
what's happening is because I'm at that age as a parent, am I now going to put my kid on there? So if it was for kids, why wouldn't they say you could be 8? You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah,
So
true.
I think
because
I just think like
there's
that.
stuff on Facebook, on Instagram, like
Yeah.
a couple of months ago, I was looking at the feed. There's things on Instagram where I never knew Instagram had these features.
Yeah.
I must have swipe it one way,
true.
and I see a whole load of different things, some features where I don't even use.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and you call me old fashioned. I don't know how to use Snapchat.
Yeah.
Right?
But the thing is, but I think that's
But-
from the era that we've come from. I think that's why we think like that. But you know what I mean? Each to their own. We now understand that's what it is now.
Yeah.
But what we must try to do is if we could just find the balances, because I tell you what, this world is it's disgusting.
We don't
You
even
understand?
know what actually
Do you understand
happens.
what I'm saying?
behind
evolution
the
of
scene.
stuff
That's
is
what I'm
just
saying.
going too far.
100%.
The things what I saw
100%.
on Instagram in the feed, I thought it was a porn channel. I didn't know that these
That's
things
what
would
I'm
come
saying.
up on Instagram.
Instagram,
And I'm
yeah,
not talking about someone standing in
Yeah.
front of the camera.
Yeah.
I saw full on,
Yeah.
just accidentally scrolling.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
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 I
I've
never knew that you could. That would actually. I thought
Yeah.
Facebook would have just filtered that
I thought
out
there
or
was
something.
certain. I thought there were certain
That's what I
restrictions
thought.
on things of content that you can
Yeah.
post.
So I don't know if
Yeah.
it's AI getting these things for
Yeah,
or whatever.
there's
or
that
they're
as well.
It was in
screened
the
or mastered, I don't
algorithms
know.
and all
I
that
don't know.
kind
I
of
don't
stuff.
know.
They call it.
Yeah.
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 But AI is mad as well. AI's gone wild. Like,
Yeah, well, you know, with Facebook, a lot of people use Facebook for different things. Like me and you, we all use Facebook
Yeah,
for different
we do,
things.
I
Some
think, yeah.
people, Facebook is literally
Their
their
life.
life.
Yeah.
Exactly what you said.
I went thinking about that as well. What you said is also a thing like this. When we were back in the days, everybody wanted to be that superstar or looking at someone on telly that's a good singer, like even
They had idols.
Idols, exactly.
They had idols.
and we're now viewing them, and we're saying, "Oh God, look at their clothes! Oh, look how good that they look, and this and that, and blah blah blah." So we lived in our own little fantasy world. As years gone by, as years has come now, with AI and social media and stuff, it's now for us. It's a platform for people like that to say, I could be my own little superstar, and people could see.
Hey, we're
You know
doing a
what I mean?
podcast
Exactly that.
because it's open. It's an open flow for
100%.
everybody, for
Yeah.
anybody.
And that's exactly it.
That's what it is.
Do you know what I mean? So
Playing
we
field.
now got our own little
Yeah.
niche. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, true.
And it becomes that more kind of palatable because
Yes.
everyone now knows someone that did it and went far with it.
Yeah.
You know,
That wasn't
now,
a
whereas
singer
before-
or an MC or a
Yeah.
rapper or I mean,
Do you know what I mean?
I
Or
get
back
you.
in the day, those people were out of reach. You couldn't touch them. It
Yeah.
wasn't even
Now you can
feasible.
DM your
Now
favorite
it's
celebrity
your-
if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yep.
It's-
MySpace changed that.
Yeah.
When MySpace came out, I
went on MySpace.
I connected with some
Yeah.
big brands. I was even talking to Rihanna on Facebook when it came out.
Really?
I got one message from her. I beg her a dub plate. I never heard nothing back.
Did you save the message? You screenshot that?
I got Buster Rhymes messaged me about a year ago.
He asked for
Really?
selfish
from my
Rihanna, that's
story.
what he asked.
Yeah, from my story. He said, send me some, you know what I mean? Listen to one of the tracks and setting, and he
And
said,
you know what?
spit setting,
that's
and I
if
spat
you're doing
setting
it,
to him.
that's what it's there for.
You know what I mean?
Put it out there if
Yeah.
you're trying to do your thing.
I've
You've
Yeah.
got to think how many new kind of singers, well, not even new, like the Justin Biebers and stuff. They came from the internet. They
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
discovered
of
from
course,
the internet.
of course.
So it's like
Bieber.
that.
Yeah.
I thought he was like Diddy.
No, man.
No,
I think,
listen.
didn't he
I
come
can't
from
think-
Diddy?
I think
Diddy line?
Usher. I think Usher.
Usher saw
Usher,
him. He
yeah.
was
But
like a
Usher
drummer
saw
and a
him.
singer.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
Justin Bieber from like 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Was playing
he
the
used
guitar
to
and thing.
play,
Yeah.
you know, like in a garage. his mum sung in a thing, and he just picked up from the band. Yeah. And then he used to be on the streets of Canada. There's a YouTube, because my daughter, that was her guy. When she made me watch the YouTube thing, but when I watched, I was engrossed. Because like, this little kid was bad.
Yeah, he's good singer,
He was bad as a little youth, but the passion in him, and he's playing the dance and he's singing from his heart. Like, watching it, he had to go where he's got to.
Yeah.
He had to get to.
You knew he was going to be a star, innit?
Yeah, man. The determination. And when you see that in certain youths, you know they're so focused they can't go anywhere else but there.
True.
And he was definitely one of them for me. I watched
Yeah,
it.
that's
I think he
that's a
blew up
positive.
to the point of where he got Usher's attention or something like that.
Yeah.
For
Something
him
like that,
doing
yeah.
drum.
Why did I
Some
associate
issues.
him with Diddy then?
Because that was after.
Yeah, that was after,
after.
you know.
The link
okay.
to
Diddy.
Usher,
So it
because
was
Usher's
Usher.
linked
Diddy.
through.
Yeah, true.
He done the
Lumen,
tune
yeah,
with Baby with Ludacris.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes,
From
yes,
Ludacris
yes,
got on
yes,
that,
yes,
so he was
yes.
already in
Yeah.
from there,
Yeah.
innit? And then it
Yeah.
just kind of like all expanded.
Okay.
And he had that image as well, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know
true.
what I mean? He had
Yeah.
that image.
A young image.
Little girls,
Yeah.
them
The
that
people
love
saw
him.
The
Love
record
him.
mogul said, yeah, he could sell.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like no, actually, that whole pop idol thing is still there, isn't it? Where the girls just idolize, but
And like American Idol and stuff, and Britain's Got Talent.
But you know when people hold posters up and stuff like that, and rip them out of their
in your
Smash Hits
bedroom and
magazine
stuff.
Yeah,
stuff
boy,
like that.
my room
I
was
feel like he was the last of that.
That's what we had then.
Yeah.
We never had no internet. We bought the
we had,
magazine to put the picture on
Smash
the wall.
Hits and Source
People would
and
have been-
Vibe and
Yeah.
that's where you had all the posters of it, and you put them on your
When
wall.
you
and
bought that this month and you saw that
pull-ups.
person in there, you on the center
Yeah.
page, that's coming out. That's what it's for.
All those social media and stuff like the internet stuff
That was our social media.
been good, but that was actually our social media, and I
Yeah.
think that is when you really love it. I think all of this now is kind of like taking that love that you had for those certain things.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because so many options now, so much
That's what I'm
variety. You can jump from this, you can jump to that, and jump to
You
that, jump to that.
understand?
Before you knew,
Yeah.
oh man, mine was a Vibe magazine.
Yeah.
Get my Vibe every week.
Exactly.
Come to my house now. I've got
Yes.
the pictures of the Vibe magazine
That's what I'm
still
saying.
around, like
That's what I'm
my
saying.
home.
It's like music as
Yeah.
well. When you had to go dub vendor to get certain tune.
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
You had to
Yeah.
go to get certain tune, or as you're coming into London and you're going onto the pirate stations and you're hearing certain
Yes.
music, and
As soon as you thought,
you know what I mean?
we there yet?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
part.
And the exciting thing was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
boy, you know what I mean? That tune, I can't wait till that tune to come out.
Yeah.
Where now you could just go on the internet, tunes there.
Well, now I'd be driving, listening to one extra, and I hear something like Shy FX has got this tune out now called Fire Time that I love. I'm thinking, oh, let me see. Shade me it, boom, on my Apple Music,
See?
boom, on my thing. When I start listening to
Got it there
reggae,
ready.
loud.
Yeah,
Down the
just
road.
like that.
Yeah.
Just
Got
like
it there
that.
ready.
Like that, yeah.
Don't really have to do no research
there.
on it or anything.
Yeah.
Or,
Not at all. You just pull out app now.
Yeah,
Shazam
man.
that. Even
Bring
from
out
the
the
TV
old days,
advert.
man.
What's that song that I just
Yeah,
Shazam?
Shazam.
and
Yeah.
even like your playlist. So I don't have Spotify, but you can do your own Spotify playlist, innit? And distribute it to people,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you can
yeah.
share your music ideas and like with
Yeah.
people
Yeah, that's right.
across the board. So people
That's a
are
good
very
thing,
much interactive.
Yeah.
And that.
where
Music, man. Music.
we didn't have
Music.
any way
I
of
can't
doing
live
that. It was
without
like a
it.
tape. I made you a tape. Here you go.
Yeah.
Cassettes.
When you,
Cassettes,
when
yeah,
the
cassettes.
copy of the tape when you used to put it on that.
Yeah.
High speed dubbing.
Yeah, high speed dubbing. Yeah.
And then the two piece of tape over the end, so it does record, innit?
Yeah.
Next time you come, I'll show you a box. I got a tab like this.
Yeah.
There must be
Have
like
you?
1,000 tapes. in
Mate,
it.
I gave them all to my cousin, all sound tapes and
You
stuff.
know what
but
I mean?
I gave them all to my cousin. I wish I
Yeah.
did it now.
Somebody gave me all of their CD collection
Yeah.
like years ago. I've still got it now. Like I would have never given it. She's got like old school R&B albums
See?
in there, but I've kept it because I love
Yeah,
music
see,
to that
that's
extent.
the
I
good
wouldn't
thing.
give it away.
Yeah, a lot
See?
of people
That is
still
my
keep it,
demographic.
hold on to
Yeah.
the
And I've
CDs,
got
you know.
so many DVDs and CDs
See?
that are just taking up
Yeah.
space.
I've got
that
CDs.
I'm
But-
like, I
but you know
can't-
what?
You can't get rid of it.
You
I don't now
know,
look
you
at
know why you
storage.
shouldn't as well? Because like I've had times when my internet's gone down and whatnot, and I've had to like draw for
for your DVD?
draw for my DVDs. And you know how much DVDs I watch in a day?
Yeah, man.
I'd be like,
Only the other day,
me
my
get-
phone died
yeah.
in the car. I'm driving. I'm like, let me find it. And I found it. I found an old firm CD. Had to put that on.
Go,
I was
hey,
like,
hold on, do it. Come on, I want to hear. We want to hear it on the mic. Say it. Just say it.
What?
She's the voice of the firm.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
See, I didn't know this. I didn't know this. I didn't know this.
I was thinking, oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I was with them at that time as well.
that's what I'm saying. Ooh, the firm.
Velvet, was it?
Was it the music connoisseur?
Andre.
I forgot. You're a star, boy.
She is.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, it's some good CDs.
Yeah,
so,
that was
like,
a... Yeah.
What was that? That was some good mixes.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
Shit, I
But
forgot
now
about that.
that's on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Like,
What is the firm? Velvet?
Some of their
Velvet.
CDs are on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, no.
SoundCloud? No, what's the other one? Mixcloud.
Mixcloud. Okay, because Mixcloud, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, so even then, the phone died. I was in the car. I was like, oh, okay. Like, pull out the CD. That's why I can't get rid of them. Like, they're like, yes, I still have a CD player in my car.
Nothing wrong with that.
But I was like,
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
Came in handy.
You know, it come in real handy.
It's like from the shop when I was working in the shop and with Joys of Life and the CDs, them ones as well.
That was the record shop first,
Yeah, I even still got some of them CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got loads. I
Them-
won't get
that-
rid of them now either
Yeah, that
because
was
of
music,
how
boy.
the times have changed.
Yes.
So I
Massively.
understand the value of them now.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know who I'd give them up to, but I ain't getting them away.
Even down to the point of where, like, I miss playing music loud in my house. I would like, well, I'm trying to save because I would like to buy, you know, like how your parents' CD was one of those stacked ones.
Yes.
Going old school, the
That
cabinet.
old
Can you still
school,
hear the
yeah.
cabinet closing? You
Because
know?
do you know what? I'm one of those. Like, if you see me driving in my car, you would probably think, "Why is their music so loud?" Because I like
That's
to
me.
be engrossed by music.
Standard. You must
I
have heard
like
me pull up.
And I mean, maybe I'm buying the wrong kind of speakers, but like you can't get that bass. I want to hear my
like to
house
feel it.
shake.
No, it's in my chest.
Back then, your speakers would be good. Nowadays,
Was it
a
Kenwood
lot of people
speakers?
don't have a system. They have
No.
their phone.
They have a phone and a sound bar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And I
some
know
of the
those sound
bars-
bars could be good, but
Some of
like,
them,
nah,
some
I
of
need
them,
a
but some of them are a
speaker.
load of rubbish.
Yeah.
You know what
No,
I
I
mean?
like a
I need a-
stereo.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
stereo is a big
I
But I
thing.
think a lot of people don't really know what to buy. Back in the days,
Yeah.
you go in
Yeah, and you had that
Dixon's, you go in
option.
Curry's,
Yeah.
Yes.
and you buy a system, it'd be good.
Yeah.
Now you're going in there, and there's so many gimmicks. There's a little Bluetooth
Yeah.
speaker and that, and
Yeah.
you're going to spend what's within your budget. You think, oh, that'll do. It sounds good in the shop, but when you get it back, it's not.
No,
you
no,
know what I mean? So it's
I
hard.
totally-
There's too
yeah.
much choice.
But
isn't it?
this,
Yeah.
especially where I like old school music as well. Some of them were built on
Yeah,
bass.
that frequency
So
in it.
you
Yeah,
need
that bass to come to
You
push
just-
it through. Yeah.
Yeah.
and to just feel it, that drop, like it needs
Yeah, man.
it. So it's like, I'm trying
garage
to,
drop then. So I just saw that.
yeah, because you know when sometimes
That's a
it's
little
like,
move there.
even down to like Miss Dynamite. When you listen to
Boo.
Boom. When you listen to that in your car, or you listen to that and the thing, it's like, yeah. But when you go in a club and you hear it, feel the background, yeah, you do the face, you've got the thing, because it's that bass, it's that drop, it's that feeling that it gives you.
yeah.
You can't get
That's what I
that
like.
on these rinky
Yeah,
tick
that's
things
funny,
that
you know,
have
because there was
anymore.
I watched a couple of American guys. They review videos, and they were reviewing the Mr. Dynamite Boom just last week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they were saying, "How did we not know about this song?" And they, they watch it, they pause it, they
They're
watch it.
always so
they pause
late.
It.
Sorry.
And,
Yeah,
and seriously, when they broke it down,
Is it a white guy and a black guy?
yeah,
I think I've seen that
yeah,
one. Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're the Soul Solid tune as well. And
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
they
Well,
don't
yes,
know.
I know exactly who you're
Yeah,
talking
so
about.
funny.
They
you
don't
just
know
mentioned that,
it's
yeah.
like
The
the
track's
lyric
banging.
on
Yeah.
that. She bodies all of them.
That throughout.
Because she was
All of
a
them.
she at that time
Dancer.
there weren't much
There weren't any.
female.
MC
Well,
in
there
it.
were,
That-
but not like she.
not like how
busted
she
it.
was. She was like one of the man them,
Yeah.
and she was good at it.
Yeah.
And to hear a female do it and it being a good tune, it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
she's bad because
She's
Yeah.
got, like her lyrics were just.
Yeah.
It's a shame that she
Rah.
stopped though, because she had potential to
Yeah.
go from it. I feel like she only made like
Yeah.
2 or 3 tunes. Or
Yeah.
maybe that one album,
But
Dynamite.
Yeah.
I think the industry kind of changed. Not so
them
long
times
at
they
that
were still
time.
selling
Yeah,
records.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
then
true.
it kind of changed.
I
and
remember
then-
what year was that? Because can you
gosh.
remember?
It'd been
2000
it'd
something?
been 99 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Because I
around
had-
99 because Soul Solid
So
was
Solid
around
was 2001.
2001.
You're
Yeah,
right.
when I had my
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah, you're right.
So it must be
And,
about
and you know why
beforehand.
you say that as well? Like we're saying, talking about that. We're saying earlier, YouTube's 20 years old.
Oh,
Like
gosh,
this
yeah.
month.
See that about that.
So think
That
about
seems
it.
wild.
yeah.
Think about it. Before 2005, no YouTube, and when you check it like that, how the industry changed
Between that
from
time.
2005, because 2004, I was still in Face Club, playing records, going dub vendor, buying vinyl, and then I
Okay.
started.
Yeah.
2004, I kind of phased it out. I think one of the last albums I bought was one of the 2005. Even though I was doing CDs or,
Yeah.
you know, I don't even think I was dabbling with Serato at that stage. Might have been around that
was still
thing.
a heavy thing
Yeah.
around then. Because remember when people used to be
Yeah.
outside the club selling their.
Yeah, that used to be the
I
lit.
see
You come
you
back to
there.
your windscreen and got 2
In it.
CDs.
Yes. The flyer with the CD.
flyer in it.
Yeah.
That was it. I no.
Yes.
You want to line up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
used to
got a
come
lot
out-
of them promo
Yes.
CDs at home.
Yes.
I come out the
You're
club,
right.
and if you ain't got CD, what you got
Yeah,
CD?
yeah,
No,
yes,
I don't want
yes.
it now.
Don't want the leaflet, you want the CD. Yeah.
I'm the CD guy.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
was your music then for
Yeah.
that week
Your
or
selection
whatever,
of the new tunes, what was
Yeah.
coming up, what the vibe would be for the next rave. And
Yes.
yeah, set the pace, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a good
And
selling thing as well for like your promotion and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Well,
All
like
of
for-
that, man.
It's gone.
As
gone.
DJs, let me know whether it was a case of when you had to do CDs and you were making CDs like that, mixed CDs. Surely you had to work harder.
Listen,
then
let me tell
than
you this now.
did now because
Let me tell
now
you-
everything's electronic
Yes.
and
Listen, that's when you know what talent was and
Yeah.
the craft. So like when with Joys of Life, Don.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's
a good
DJ, but he
innit?
was actually a musician as well.
Bad
Oh,
musician.
really?
Yeah, so
Bad-
he
bad
teaches bass,
musician.
guitar, and all that
gosh,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
So
Like with Grammys and everything.
yes, yeah. So
Is it?
So so Kruger, and then they said, right, we're gonna do some CD. So Don had a little studio set up. So we go in there. You'd have to do the CD first, then. The noise effects and stuff, you have to listen to the CD again to
And
then
add it
put the
in.
noise effect and add it in at certain times.
Ah.
You then have to do certain controls to make sure that this isn't overpowering this and that and that. Listen, it took. We'd be in that studio for hours.
It wasn't that
miss
digital then. There was
I
a
missed
few
that.
digital
Bad.
days. You know what I mean?
really-
did you?
Missed
bet.
that. Missed that bad.
It's
Doing
mad that you used to
CD
do it backwards, like you add
Yes.
the, like do
Trust
it,
me.
add the sound,
Yes,
and, like so
yeah.
the editing came. Obviously,
Yeah.
comes after, but you
Yeah.
And that's where that's got to be like an ear for it. You know how people
100%.
are picture perfect.
100%.
You've got to be able to drop that instrument in
Yes.
exactly at that peak.
certain
because-
things, yeah, because certain little things could just spoil the CD completely.
Mm.
And how our work ethic was, we can get right to the end. If that don't sound good, we're doing it that same day
Have to
again.
do it again.
Again.
You know, no.
But that was also because of the love we had for it, so we didn't. You didn't
Yeah,
actually.
but
want
when
It
we
it.
didn't feel,
what
it
about
didn't
when
feel
we
like
take
work
it
because
on
you
cassette?
enjoyed it. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like digital. You could just record, stop the recording.
Right,
Your
right.
cassette, you know,
Yeah.
once you tape over it, the
Yeah.
quality's gone. You know what I mean? And with CDs, it was unless you had rewriteable. There was a lot of things to think about.
rewriteable.
Yeah, and DJs they don't actually have to mix no more really because
No.
it tells
No, it's
you
all
what's in
on-
tune.
You can sync.
Yeah, you could sync it in and stuff
Oh,
like
really?
that.
Because
Yeah.
even when you DJ,
Yeah,
when
you mix,
when
you mix, but you don't have to get the timing. You don't
Yeah.
have to have rhythm to get the timing.
Yeah.
You could press sync, and it
And it
the
will mix it
computer
as it will go.
It won't
That's
mix it.
algorithm,
No, it will,
innit?
it will
It'll
get the
probably pick
beats
up
on
the
time.
beats.
Oh, so if it's
Yeah.
100 and something, it will know that tune is
Yeah,
100
it will-
and something.
yes,
as well,
yes.
So that would
It's
be
the
Yeah.
BPM
Back in
stuff
the
and all that.
day,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
Yeah,
fix
okay.
Slow it
You lot
down
have
and
to
things
slow it
like
down.
that. Yeah.
You know what?
Hold
some
it,
people,
hold it,
some,
hold
pe-
it, release.
some
Yes,
DJs are
basically.
anti-sync.
Easy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like even when I was in IB for one time, I locked off the sync button for about a month, and I said I'm working.
Yeah, man.
Just so it gives me.
Yeah, give you that vibe again.
Give you
man.
back the
It's-
passion
it
and
gives
the
you
love.
back the
of what you do.
passion.
Yeah.
And sometimes some day, and I'm thinking, just press the sync button. And I'm, nah, just
Yeah.
work it. You know what I mean?
Sometimes easier isn't always helpful.
Exactly.
Because
you
you're
lose your craft.
losing your
What
yeah.
you-
You're losing-
exactly
yes.
that.
You
Exactly
lose
that.
you lose
Exactly.
the
And I
notions
think when you're
oh, I could do this, or you could.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So my guy that you're saying had the studio, he
Yeah.
probably got creative. It's like, I don't
Yeah.
want up there. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
When it's
to
all done
him,
for
that's
you.
why he because he's come from that world. So all of this new stuff and stuff that he's not on that.
Oh, really?
Nah,
That's
he
good for him.
he's in the producing stuff and all that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
But you've
He
got
likes
to
to
think
build
as
the
well.
beat.
That's right,
When
that's what
you
he does.
build when you build with your hands, even if something went wrong, that could still be a masterpiece.
Of course.
Yeah,
You could have
I think it's
created
more of
a
a
beat.
There's
masterpiece.
mistakes
Yeah.
in
Do
songs
you know
all
what I
the
mean?
time.
Do you know
What
what I mean?
made
But
it made the song?
Yeah.
If you've
There
got
is
an
as well. Yeah.
algorithm to
Yeah.
do it, then it's
Yeah.
less likely of
100%.
errors and stuff like that because
100%.
it's an
Yeah,
algorithm.
good, yeah,
Right. I don't know, and I think you can tell. Not that you can tell. That would be me going too far, but like. It just doesn't have the same vibe to it anymore
Yeah.
Yeah.
with even like with the DJs, and I think not to all
Don't
DJs,
think we get it back
but
though.
yeah,
Too far gone. The next generations,
Yeah.
they don't know.
They don't
anything
know.
Don't
else
know.
Other than the
I was saying to
digital
my
world.
kids, you know, they played. You ever seen a record? They were like, "What's that? You used to play music on that."
Can I hand you a
You know what I
pen?
mean? Could you what?
Hand you a pen.
Yeah, sure you can.
I want to show example now.
Yeah. Also.
Could you autograph this, please?
You idiot.
What's that? Say what I've
Yeah. Do you know what? That's me writing that as well too. I think. Do you know
So
what?
tell you
what I
what,
mean.
one time when I lived in London, we were going to a rave. in
White
North.
label, you know.
Going to a rave in North and got in a cab.
Yeah, we'll
were
autograph that,
playing
man.
it
I
on
want to have an autographed version of that.
Yeah,
sir, brother.
they were playing it on like Kiss 100 or something. And me and my friend at the time, we were both from Reading. And we was like, hold on, I knew the chorus. I was like, do you know what? I didn't live here at the time. I said, I swear this is genius. Turn that up, turn that up. Oh my God,
Can you sign the actual record itself as well?
Boom. Yeah, that must have been like in 2000s.
Yeah,
You could date
When
it
did
as
it
well,
come
you know
out?
what I mean?
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to do.
2000 or 99.
around that time. So it's funny though, because when I remember obviously when we made the track and stuff like that, it was like we had a load of records and Kruger got them into, what was that shop on the bridge again?
Record Basement.
Record Basement. And that was the biggest distribution with Garage and with Garage.
That's in Reading, and that was UK wide.
Yeah.
That was one.
But
That was the biggest.
Yeah, but what was
Really?
one of the biggest?
But what was hard was, you see, if you didn't come from London, it's hard to get in. It was hard to get into. And you know, just look at Reading as country. You know what I mean? Like we ain't got bus stops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's so hard. So it was a battle. But I mean, I liked MCing anyway, and it's funny because with that tune there, I was just raw in regards to just MCing over a rhythm. I didn't have anything, no structure. Like, okay, chorus, verse, chorus. I didn't have none of that.
Hold on.
So it was
You
the same.
sure? Let's have a listen. I've got it on here.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to
No, I had to learn that.
This is the instrumental version. I obviously
Oh,
I've got
the instrumental
I've got
version.
CDs, but this is the instrumental.
Yeah.
The B side of your record.
Yeah. See, the same guy, Don, he produced this.
Really?
Yeah.
Don produced that.
Yeah, don't tell
And
me.
then I remember I came home for a weekend. I went to Freeman Hardy Willis. Remember where that was? All right.
I used to reckon
And, yeah, and then there's a lady, and it was playing in there, and she said, "This is a tune, isn't it?
Yeah,
Don't you feel proud?" She was so proud of you.
Yeah,
so proud of you. Real
Yeah, I remember
talk.
because Krug at the time, we used to go to London. I remember, gosh, I used to be nervous in the studio sometimes. Kruger used to buy a big bottle of brandy. He said, "Come man, drink that," and just to get the vibe. But my voice, I used to croak because it was the first time I was doing something like proper professional.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was just raw. You know what I mean? Give me a mic and I can just chat and think.
Yeah, I remember.
Back in the days, you know what I'm saying to you?
just take it and go
You know what I
with
mean?
it.
I say to my kids, oh, I had a tune. What, Dad, what, you had a tune? And stuff like
Yeah,
that.
too right. Let them know, yeah?
Yeah.
He's a hood
And
celebrity,
the
man.
thing is, on record, on vinyl.
No, I didn't have a video, nothing, no. See, all them times.
You could still do that now. That's it. We should do a video.
Could do, you know what I mean? 2025. Could do. You never know.
Yeah. Listen, Cartel just done a video for Fever and Ting from way back
You're
when.
joking?
Yeah, 10 years.
It's a video.
All of his
Fever.
videos, he's
All of
releasing all the videos
He's
to
doing
all the old
for
tracks.
all of the old tracks. He's bringing out videos for all of them.
Yeah, he said he was doing that.
Fair play to him. Yeah.
How many years
And that was gifted.
Oh, God. 20 odd something years, mate.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even know.
about 25 now.
Yeah, Kruger would know.
How old did you
I was. I must have been.
2002.
About 22.
I reckon I was about 22, 23. Yeah.
The reason I say that because I was 20 when I lived in City and heard it. I was 20. And we're
Right,
we're
okay,
a bit
yeah, so I
older.
must be around 22
See,
then.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so you're talking 18, 19, right, about 24, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
God, that doesn't feel like that, does it?
Crazy.
Time just flies.
Yeah.
But like I say, you only need to do one tune, or
Yeah.
one classic tune.
Yeah.
Whenever you drop this tune anywhere, you lift the roof down.
Yeah. A lot of people like it. A lot of people
Yeah,
do like it.
It would very much drop now.
Yeah, I think so.
25.
What do you
that
mean
was
very much. It does very much drop.
It does very much drop. But
I've
what I'm saying
I've
is-
never heard him perform this tune and it hasn't dropped.
Yeah. It's
You know.
nice. Yeah, it's nice. It's
Yeah,
I like the tune, man. Yeah, it's proper.
You remember the
Bringing it
lyrics?
back. We're bringing it back.
Yeah, I think-
25. Bring it back.
Well, you got me thinking there. Dye the beard a bit, bring back the old days. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you know what? Yeah, it's yeah. And sometimes it's so funny because I was like, if I had this mindset now on how the music industry is, I think we would have approached it much more different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, it was a fighting battle for us at the time. Trying to get in the industry, giving it to certain DJs, and certain DJs ain't playing it,
Playing it,
this
I was
and
gonna
that.
say.
that. But I got a big up Reading because I remember I was working at Prudential, and I don't know if you guys remember being from Reading. There was an Asian guy. He used to drive a convertible, yeah, he used to be thumping music all the time.
I think
He used to be banging
From
this tune.
from Junction.
Yes.
Was he based from Junction?
I'm sure he was based
I think
from
I went to
Junction.
college with him.
Listen,
Yeah, college with him.
And he used to be
I
at
can't remember
RG1 enough in the days, back in the days as
I'm
well.
trying to remember the name.
I know.
exactly.
Listen,
what
this
that-
man used to be
I think
thumping this tune. And he saw me one time, like,
Give you that celebrity
I
moment.
said, go on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
but the most love I got from it was from my hometown, man.
Yeah,
Reading, man.
Like I said, when I went into the
it
store,
was
the
wicked.
woman was hyped. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm so proud of him, man. I'm proud of him. I was like, yeah, she frightened me, but I was like, yeah,
Yeah, man, it was, it was good. But it's mad hearing it now. I hear this time. And sometimes when you hate to hear your own voice.
Yeah, we had this discussion.
we can't watch
Yeah.
this back.
Yeah, you know that.
We have difficulty watching it back.
Yeah.
The first 5 seconds, no, man, I can't do that right.
Yeah, but we get used to it. You get used to it.
Let's
You get
hope
used-
so.
Yeah. Get used to it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know they try and do like back in the 90s and back in this kind of day kind of raves and that now, but it don't feel the same like how it actually was then.
I think the only way that will work is when you do, like at concerts, lock your phone in.
Yeah.
Let people get rid of their phones
Get
and
rid
lock
of the
into the
phones.
rave and the vibe.
Yeah.
I think I watched who is it? Like the Prodigy. And they done it was a live set, and they said, don't even bother with your phone, don't bother, put 'em out. And then when the beat dropped, I can't remember what tune it was just hands in the air, and the crowd was just
See?
doing that.
Yeah.
There wasn't a
yeah.
phone in sight. People, they listened to it, they said like, live in the moment. That's what they say.
Live in the
We
moment.
want you in the
Yeah.
moment. Live in the moment. Lock your phone
that
off.
That is.
Hold the memory here.
That's
you
a
don't
good.
need it
That's
here.
a good shout.
Yeah, live in
That's
the
a good
moment.
shout.
When
man.
you're-
That's a good shout.
I've tried it, and as I'm getting older, my love for the phone is really kind of dying off
Weighing,
because
yeah.
it's just. It's not that I view it negatively, but sometimes the phone can have negative impact, like the scrolling thing. When you lose those kind of hours through scrolling, and I just think,
I think it's
And
our
it's the rabbit
environment,
holes.
what we're living in. Because I tell you what, in 2016 when I was in Ibiza, I disconnected literally from Facebook and them things there. Right, I'm not saying I never used to use it. I'd use it, go on it every day. Yeah, but I'd disconnect sometimes. I wouldn't even go on it for a couple of days at all. I literally wake in the morning, do what I have to do, eat, cook, whatever I have to do.
I just didn't.
Hit the beach, whatever, come back in, and then go and DJ in the club every night. So I disconnected, and when I came back to the UK for a few weeks after that, I wasn't looking at my phone.
I was
at all.
speaking to someone, a friend of mine. I ain't gonna say his name, but it's funny. He was saying, so we had a conversation at my house one time, and we was talking about like people on social media and how much people are on the phones and stuff. And he was saying like, boy, Andre, I think I had the problem, you know. He's like, I would have if I put up a picture, every second I'll be checking to see how many likes I got on it. And he says, all through the night, I'll wake up sometime, the first thing I'll check and see, how many more likes? And if there's only like 2 more, he'll be proper like baffled and like, he'd be mad, like, wait, hold on a minute, like, what's going on? And it used to kind of like upset him.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
It's a real
"Right."
condition.
And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
it's a
He
real.
goes, he goes, boy, I didn't know what was wrong. I
Hence
goes, boy,
why
you're just caught in the
it's
little trap
the
there.
media
like,
thing.
Yeah.
That's why, like, with my TikTok, if I post something, I'm not looking back at it for 3
Okay.
days because I got into a point of, has it been viewed? Forget all of that. I'm trying to get to a certain target of followers, and that's all I need to get to. Whoever views it from who
100%.
doesn't view it is just, that's when your mind starts going a bit too much into
Yeah,
the rabbit
man.
hole. So
Yeah, man.
post it, don't care about it.
It's
Go
true.
back to it another day. It's
really
not
interesting.
that serious.
Did you
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Get caught up in the gratification.
Yeah.
Likes equal
Yeah.
gratification.
Yeah.
Oh, they like me. They like
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
No
That's what
likes.
everyone's
Very
searching for.
They don't.
That
and
is it.
it can
You have to
really
let that
cause.
part go.
Yeah, you have to.
And that's
It'll
that
eat at you.
insecurity again.
Coming
Because you
in.
don't see no like, no one likes me. Or, you know what I mean? Just gives that impact, that negative impact could affect you. You know what I mean? In so many ways.
Also, comparisons.
That's what I'm
Because that's
saying.
all you're doing is comparing yourself to other people's lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's, in reality, you don't do that.
Exactly.
You only
It's
know
because what we
Exactly.
now know.
what your friend
isn't it?
tells you,
Yes.
and then you ain't in competition with your
Yeah,
friends.
exactly.
You take that. But
Exactly.
when you look on your screen, you think, oh, how come she's on?
Yeah.
But not only
That shouldn't even provoke those sort of thoughts.
Yeah.
we now know how far people will go to manipulate their social media life,
course,
where
man.
you can
Yeah,
now
of
make
course.
it look like you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Your hand, and all
Holding
of
the
those
hand
sort
like
of-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but it's true.
ones. Have you seen
That's
that?
the truth. Holding their own hand.
Oh, hand, but they do the angle like somebody else is doing it.
Yeah, and I have
She
like a
said
different
yes.
sleeve or
Yeah.
something on it
Yeah.
and make it look like, it's ridiculous that people will go that far to make their. So now when people are like, oh, but they've got someone and I haven't, and
what
really
it
they're
feels
holding
like.
their own hand. Like, it is a bit of a rabbit hole that you can go down and it will just
That's a
literally
bit of
destroy.
a.
There's one with a
What do
guy.
you put that borderline mental issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I think
But
so.
that's what it's created.
Yeah.
Because even down to as far as now
It's
where
false
people
illusion,
take
isn't it?
photos and they will not take a photo without a filter on. Like that's but
Oh, you're
you've got
guilty.
things.
Guilty.
But if you think
But I
about
don't know
it,
if you do that.
You-
but with you,
Guilty,
you're
definitely.
what I
Definitely.
see, you're showing your talent with your makeup and stuff.
Yeah, true.
But still, I don't take a picture without a filter.
but then
Really?
if you
Yeah,
think
but
about it, we
don't
grew
feel
up in a
like-
time
But
where
why?
we had Kodak. Where there was no
weren't
filter
no
moment.
filter. And it comes straight
That
out.
is it, mate. Yeah.
That's it.
Fan it off.
Literally, you know
And
that.
it's there for life. That's
But-
permanent. Now
but
you
like
can
I said,
delete
you
it.
don't
Like,
really
oh, do
need
it
to
again,
do the
do it
filter
again.
because look, this camera has no filter.
Yeah.
We know.
And it
That's
looks-
why it takes. Oh my God, I can't watch it.
No, honestly, it looks good.
Yeah.
Camera looks good.
It's funny because you will say to
Goes
yourself,
to
"Oh, I
show.
don't like how I look," but someone say, "Oh, that looks nice."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
get
get
You
that.
know what I mean?
and
agree.
women, well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say all women, but women can be like we're our own worst critics.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because I can say 20 things that I
Yeah.
absolutely adore about Asher and love in terms of her looks and everything else. If someone asked me to point out them same 20 things, I couldn't do one.
And
Do you know what I
vice
mean?
versa,
It's
when
like-
we were viewing it back, he was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "Nah, you look beautiful."
Yeah,
Blah, 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 blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, I don't like."
And then there's that
It's-
doubt of
it's-
like,
it's
you're going to
true,
say
it's
that
true,
because you're
like-
my friend. Like,
I get it. I get it because like I can't fault any of you in the videos, but I could get where you're coming from because it's the same with me. I've got that angle what I don't like. And
Yeah.
I hear that.
do you know what
You
I'm
know?
trying
I
to
hear
do
that.
now is
Yeah.
I'm trying to do some makeup free days. Well, I have makeup and I'm trying to do
Yeah.
like no
It's
makeup.
getting used
because-
to loving you. Yeah.
and I think
agree.
what the trap is, you hear so many people like with makeup. I've always loved makeup. I've not never been as talented as Asher, but I've always loved the idea of makeup and how it can enhance you. And I've always looked at it as an individual
It's art, innit?
stance.
It's art
It's
form.
an
Yeah.
art.
Yeah.
But in the way now that it's been not exposed, but the way now you can see that people are, it's like a Wonder Bar, isn't it? It's like chicken fillets. Like it's
is.
going down that kind of route
Yep,
now. Like
yep,
there are some
yep.
people that can really transform who
Yeah.
they. I would like to think, I look exactly the same. It's just the skin looks a little more less blemished, but it's got to get to a point of where not only do I need to get used to them blemishes of my skin, you do too, because this is only going to last so long.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get used to seeing
Yeah.
me with either wig on, wig off,
Yeah.
no makeup on. Like as
Yeah,
once
I
I
Don't
start
get
getting to that
twisted.
part now.
Men feel the same way.
They like a natural. They like.
Yeah.
I'd be done up, but I'd be told.
Yes.
Why you got that? Why you natural
Yeah,
hair?
yeah.
And da, da, da.
Yeah, take it
Which
off.
I
I'll
don't
say, yeah.
mind because
Yeah.
that's who I am. But
Yeah.
how I want to present, depending on my mood, is what my face will be
Yeah,
like.
man.
It depends
Yeah,
on my
man.
mood.
Because there's been times where I look like I'm going down the runway just to go to the shops.
Yeah.
Like, so why are you so dressed up? Because that's just how I'm feeling.
Feel
today.
it. It's a feeling inside.
Yeah.
I get it because there was a time in life where I decided if I'm ever going into town centre, I'm putting on a shirt, I'm putting on
There's
trousers.
people that do that in our town, you know.
Yeah, and it's not just not to pretend I'm working or anything. It's just to take away certain stigma of like judgmental. I done that. There was time where like,
You put on your clothes good to
Yeah.
go walk out in
yeah,
town.
and
and
sometimes
stuff.
I think sometimes it's good to make an effort and do these things. Just I get it now. You know what I mean?
How are you at taking compliments?
Give me a compliment, I'll tell you.
Very nice.
I think everybody likes a compliment, but it's how often you get them.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
if you hear it once in a while from so you hear it that time and you think like, oh, right, I feel good about myself. But if you don't hear it about for the next year, it's like, am I really that then? What you
Yeah.
say? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know when
There's
someone
some consistency
if someone
with a compliment.
consistent compliments, you feel like, right, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
gives you that little boost.
It does.
Yeah.
It
You know
does.
what I mean?
Because I think when you do hear compliments on a regular, you start to think like, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
I must be then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Especially when
with
it's
that-
strangers giving you a
Yes,
compliment.
yes.
When it's strangers, it's different. With
Yes.
that, I know somebody who grew up constantly being told that they were beautiful because they had light skin, long hair. Beautiful, da 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 da. And they felt like as they'd got older, that was their beauty standard. that's what people only saw of them, and that's what the expectation was. Oh, well, because I'm like this, you're supposed to treat me like this. So a certain, like, their ego with those compliments sort of grew with age, and the stigma attached to it, and it just didn't work out that well for them.
Sad though. Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
I want to be a bitch and go, well, that's because the looks faded.
I told you there's something. She's a dark horse.
Oh,
isn't it?
you done that,
Because
Esther?
earlier on when we were saying, I
Let's
don't-
not get X-rated,
Every
because
week,
then you'll see a different
innit?
side.
Them
Every
comments
week, who's she?
faded with the looks.
Yeah, I mean,
to us,
we all change as we get older.
Yeah.
You know,
How
so-
is everybody feeling about the aging thing? Because we're all of a certain age. We went to school together. I've
Yes,
known you a long
yes,
time. I've known you
yes.
for a long time as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's so funny because I don't know what it is, but I think everyone around our age
yeah.
looks very well for their age.
Yes. Yes.
Agreed. I think
Do you know
so.
what I mean? I think looks very well for
I
their
think
age.
the women more than the men, personally. To an
I don't
extent,
know,
I
I
feel
think-
like certain men haven't taken care of themselves, and now we're at these ages.
Yeah, women stress them out so much.
Some of them grey,
So
bald.
they're
All that bad mindedness where they
I
have
think
to
it's,
cover
I
their
think it's about the
tracks.
same. I
Stressful.
think there is a generation. I think people
Yeah.
between sort of 40 and I'd say 40 and 60 in this time and era. Not everybody, but a lot of people between 40 and 60. They do look good.
Yeah, I agree.
And like you said,
I agree.
I remember last week you said about the woman who's 70 and her husband. I know exactly you were talking about as well now. And yeah, she looks really good.
She looks
you know.
phenomenal. And there's another lady
You would never
circulating
do.
at the moment
Yeah.
where she's, again, I think she's vegan, but she also like fitness
I know what you're talking
something. And she looks better than 30-year-olds. Like, she looks good.
It's all
good.
about what you put in your body.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do you reckon a lot of it is genetics, or is
Yeah,
actually
I
your
think-
lifestyle?
I think it's
I think
abuse
it's-
Bit
as
of
well.
Bit of
Go
both?
ahead.
I think it could be a bit of genetics, but I do think it's your lifestyle choices.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people abuse them.
Yeah.
They took it. We're young, innit? You try things. You da. Some people still continue to do that. Now
Yeah.
that it's showed. Do you know what I mean? But now it shows. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I
Yeah,
feel
definitely.
like there was in the 90s. There was like not a crack epidemic, but there was a lot of crackers around at that time. People you probably wouldn't have thought smoked, and they did. And do you know what I mean? A lot of that came out, and I feel like when you look at those people now, the effects of that are showing physically with them now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel
Catches
like it's-
up with you,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like everything will.
Yeah.
I think that's
So
what's
true.
happened.
I think
true, it's
with a lot of stresses and lifestyle habits, like
And the
I know
change.
at the moment a lot of people, and I don't know if people know this, is like people that don't sleep, and sleep is very important to
Very,
looking
very
young
important.
as well. Like
Very
I'm
important.
to
grumpy
hear
if I
so
don't get
many
my
people,
hair.
but 8 hours is the minimum that we should receive. That's actually scientific.
Is that actually the minimum?
They say that, yeah.
I think 8 hours is if I get less than 8 hours, I don't feel good. But I know people who
I'm in
sleep.
and out.
What's
sleep.
that? They're like,
I'm
I
in
don't
and out.
sleep.
sleep.
4 hours.
So-
you don't.
Not
You
at
got
all.
like the insomnia thing going on.
Kind of, but I'm sort of when the sun rises in the morning,
Yeah.
I can't sleep when
That's
the
me
sun's
as
out.
well.
I have that, but
And
I
then-
still
That's
love
me as
my
well.
I'll
sleep.
go. I'll
Blackout
drop. So
curtains.
like after work, so about 5-6 o'clock, I might do a little 20-minute, maybe a half an hour nap. But then I'm not going to bed until like 2 o'clock. Then I get into the what's going on the TikTok, and then I go down this mad rabbit hole.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god! And they'll go back, like keep going back. Oh my god, I've got so far.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then I think, oh my god, it's 3:30. It's 4 o'clock. Get your head down.
What are you
And I'll
averaging?
go
Yeah.
to-
What's your averaging? You think you're?
I'm saying about maybe 4 or 5 hours.
I agree. That's exactly me. If I come in like 5 o'clock in the morning, I would actually wake up around 8 o'clock,
Yeah. So if it's light outside,
Yeah.
you have to just.
and I can actually get up.
But you don't. You feel tired, obviously.
I don't even feel tired.
No. And your whole day.
It might catch up
your
me
whole
late
day.
when I'm going back to bed that night.
Yeah, but for the whole day while you're awake, do you feel like this day's
No.
just dragging on?
No,
and-
no. Some of my friends,
It's just normal.
when we used to go out, he would say, "Okay, cool. I'll pick you up at blah blah blah. I just want to catch an hour's sleep first." I never understood that.
I can't.
Because I think if you're up, you're up.
And if I can't go,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
sleep before rain.
yeah.
That ain't happening. Not
what
for
I'm
me.
saying.
Yeah,
I can't nap.
I
if I
can't-
nap, I'm miserable because I'm.
And it also changes the energy to want
That's
you
what
to
I'm
go out,
saying.
innit? You
Yeah,
know?
you'd be like, oh.
It's hyped.
If I have to
some
catch a
people
nap before I go
energises
out,
them,
that
but
means
for me, that's
I'm,
game
I'm,
over.
Yeah.
I'm messed up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
To say yeah, and I know you're on just in, but to say yeah, I'm going for a sleep for an hour before you go. I'm not. I just didn't understand it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be me.
But
Ride it
feel
out.
like
Yeah, you get
when
me.
we were younger, we used to do the whole kind of like especially when nightclubs used to finish at 4 or 5, then someone would have a little after
Afters,
something.
yeah.
You're getting in at 7, just enough time to wash and be ready to go to your weekend job. Do you know what I mean? I remember doing the whole weekends. Even my mum would be like, between the ages of 18 and 21, you literally would. I remember being ill in bed, like coming home being, so dead tired. And this is after probably like, because back in the day, you used to weekday rave as well, and college and stuff.
Yes.
So I remember being so drawn, like run down, that I became ill. And I remember coming home thinking, I'm just going to die in bed. And all it took was that one phone call of, we're going so-and-so. All right,
And you're
give me
there.
an hour to get ready.
You're there.
And I like, my mum was in shock that I came back
My mum
down
used
the
to be in shock
stairs
as well.
ready to go out. And it was just like,
My mum would say, "You're gonna dead of exhaustion." I remember I used to work in a retail shop. Come in and I had to start work at 8. So come 4 o'clock in the morning, working for 8 o'clock. Especially when we used to work in the barbers as well. Oh gosh, we used to. All of us, we used to be out till
and back
late.
in the day, we used to do Red Bull and Pro Plus
Oh,
to
God.
stay awake.
That's her.
Mix the two.
It's bad.
When we were in like JD Sports.
I've never even heard of that combination. That's
In
like
the bar-
Pro Plus,
Yes, now
ain't it
it
like a
would probably
headache
kill you,
tablet?
but-
Oh, it's a caffeine tablet, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a caffeine tablet, and then you
With
have the
Red
Red Bull
Wow.
to kind of
Dude,
stay
yeah,
alert. Because you're now
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason I had to stop it was because where we worked in a sports shop as well, running around up and down, up and down. You know when you get one of those
Oh,
minutes. you're like,
size 8. Yeah, we got that. Size 8.
I really don't feel good, girls. I really don't feel good. Like, I've got, when you're now starting to try and
Yeah.
eat food, down a drink.
Did you used to get told, you burn any candles at both ends?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I hear that all the time.
Oh, I know. Using this place like a hotel.
Yeah, all of that too.
Wow.
My mum was, we went to London for the weekend. No, I went to a party, come back, and I got changed to go back out. My mum busted the door, she's like, I've got your key. I was like, what? Man, just got down the road. I really, she got my key back, she got my key, and all of that.
That was the day,
So
innit?
that was the
Getting
weekend.
locked out your yard because
Yeah. I was back in by the
My
Monday
mum used to
though.
be
that was a
mad.
statement, innit?
Yeah, I got your account. Never forget that. I was like, what?
The door and dub dead latch,
God.
innit?
I used to have to say something. Oh, mum, leave my key under the mat, quick, please. I beg you, before she goes to bed because she ain't waking up.
And that's
She's
a
not
fear,
busting
innit?
that door. Nobody's busting it for
And
you
if she
either.
does, she is mad.
Boy,
Yeah.
my mum would have left me outside, boy. She weren't working up.
But that was the thing,
If I
innit,
forgot
about-
that key, he was like, I'm staying at your house.
Sleeping
Innit?
out,
Yeah. Cool.
Do you still like, everyone still like, do they double lock their night, latch their
Yeah.
door at night?
Nah,
I
man.
don't think
Nobody
that's a
coming
thing.
true of me ever.
Nobody will latch the door like that.
I
you
do.
know?
I'm one of those
My-
flick, little chain.
At night.
Yeah.
Well, that's good
My
security.
family
that's
does
fair
like older
enough.
generations.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
granddad's
double lock.
generation.
You
Yeah.
lock that door?
Yeah, I lock
And
that
the
door.
thing, like, did you lock my door?
Plug out the plug on the
Yeah.
wall, pull out the
Yeah,
plug,
all of that.
turn it off by the switch. You can't just like, you can't like, stand by and everything. You turn
Yeah.
it off by the switch, you know what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
Everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Precautions,
On
isn't it?
you.
Yeah.
You know? Because back then it was things about, with the plug socket things.
It's more fire hazard.
Fire
isn't it?
hazards,
So they
isn't
said,
it?
yeah.
And things were a bit more.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm paranoid about those sort of things.
But
Like,
why do you think the whole wiring of the house system got, the wiring
But
code got
redone.
changed?
Yeah.
But
You know,
it's
while
not
back-
even the wiring nowadays, it's your mobile phones. Do you know how many mobile
Oh,
phones
gosh.
are the calls
Blowing
for
up
house
and
stuff.
fires?
Yeah, yeah.
Mobile phones and
Headphones.
curling irons and
Curling
straightens
irons.
when
Yeah.
people leave them on and go out
Them
and
ones
stuff.
from China, mate.
But it's the amount of mobile phones that seem to be blowing up. Like
Yeah.
now,
There
it's
was-
the point
Go on,
of where
but yeah.
I charge my phone because I put my phone on charge every night and it's next to my bed. But I used to just have it. I used to sleep with it next to me on my
Same.
bed.
I used to. Don't do that
On the
now.
actual bed. I don't do that anymore.
No.
And then I used to just have it like thrown on the floor next to me on my rug. And now I actually put it on the wood flooring
Yeah.
because now the air circulating and stuff through it to
Yeah.
try and lower that. Because when
Yeah.
it's on something, it's the heat, isn't
That's
it?
right.
That causes it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
learned
yeah,
something
all of that,
today.
yeah.
We forget that phones are computers and they
Mm.
need that circulation because it's like when your phone tells you it's overheated and it will shut down on you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because all
Okay,
the
yeah.
components inside and they will combust.
Yeah.
So it's like
Burning your hand, boy.
all of those sort of things. It's like whereas I never used to think of those things.
No, but they are.
But
But
now,
even this hot weather, I see it comes up on
Yeah,
the
it
phone
comes up
sometimes.
too hot.
We're going to
Shut you down.
Shut you down for a few
Yeah.
minutes. Disable certain things in it. Yeah.
Were you going to ask us about festivals or something? Are you going to a festival this year?
Yeah, I was
This
going
summer?
to ask. Well, two things. I was going to ask about like the whole daytime
Day raving.
raving because
Yeah, man. All over it.
All over it.
it's a late
Love
night
it.
business. You know what I mean? And yeah, festivals is something what I don't really go to. I haven't been to many festivals.
Okay.
Like I can't say I'm a festival goer. I have been to festivals over the years.
It's not something you're booking every year consistently to want to write.
I think, I'm actually thinking about the Reggae Land one for this year. Is
going?
anyone going?
Where is that one?
Milton Keynes. Sorry, I did see you have some. What's the?
Yeah, I can take a little bit. Yeah, we can.
That's
We could do that.
August the 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah.
Like,
But the lineup is getting better and better each year. Yeah, because when it originally, last year's one didn't really appeal to me. And then when I saw what was going on this year, and then they've just been adding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I'm sure Dexter, what was that just announced? Like Mavado, Dexter Daps.
That's big.
They weren't on it before.
Yeah, and we've got Solar Banton again. It's the
Well,
main
Solo's there
host.
as well, yeah?
He's the host.
What?
He's
Go
the
on, Solo.
host every year. He's been the host for about 5 years, main stage.
Really?
Solo.
I did not know that.
Solo is the, hey, bro.
That's a big
up
that's a
Solo.
big show.
thing.
And he performs as well.
Yeah.
If you see, he's probably, I think he's performing on one of the other tents as well, the
Taking
other
a little bit of
stages.
Spragger Benz back in the days.
Yeah, man. You
No,
know.
it's quite. Well, if you look on the main page and you go for Saturday, it says with the Spragger and the Mavado and everything, and it's got Solo as the host, which he has
Okay.
been. Yeah.
Fair play.
I give props to
Man like General
Solo.
Levy. He didn't have the
Dawn
place.
Penn.
Yeah.
No.
Them people still picking up their
Well,
money,
you know, because they
Got
only this
YG
morning
as
they
well.
released the final.
Oh, is it
release of
today?
tickets, yeah, this
Oh,
morning at
okay.
10 a.m. And I was gonna.
What
With
day
me,
did
it's
you
kind
go?
of funny, you know, because like when I used to go to not so much festivals, events like this, I kind of used to get in it. So,
All right, yeah.
no, it's true,
getting
innit?
married.
I'm just saying,
Just
innit?
walked out. They
Boy,
knew I was.
DJ, international.
In a way,
So what, Solo can't do nothing?
I'm not gonna ask Solo. Look, see,
Yeah,
Solo there.
hosted by Solo Bantan, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
listen, man's working, you know. I mean,
Yeah, he's
Solo,
doing his
big
thing,
up,
man.
Solo.
Big him up, yeah,
What's
man.
the fir- Solo
Doing his
took me
thing.
to Russia on his first Russian tour.
Did
Yeah.
he?
It's me and Solo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Doing his thing,
Yeah.
man. He's doing his thing.
so as much as
Big up Solo
I
Bantan.
could call him now, I would buy my ticket, you know what I mean? And if I see
Yeah.
him there, and you know, that's
Yeah.
it's cool, you know what I mean? But I was
So
just
the
thinking,
second
is
is the
anyone
day
going?
that you're more looking at.
I'm thinking Saturday. I was weighing it up and saying which artists haven't I seen, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
Is that
balanced
as well?
both of the days. I've kind of seen a half, but I'm still geared towards.
You know, Capleton's bringing
this
that fire,
Saturday,
boy.
You know what I mean? I've seen Capleton.
He got energy, boy.
I've seen
No matter how hot it is, he still
Yeah.
got that jacket on, mate.
more fire.
He got that jacket on, mate.
No.
He's jumping up and down.
Yeah, so I'm just looking. This is Saturdays, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the artists on Saturday for the main stages.
Brass
You know.
Army Carnival stage.
Got that DJ AG there as well.
AG, big up AG, man.
He's all about.
This thing, innit?
AG's doing his thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just a Saturday, you know.
Good lineup, bro.
But like Sunday, like Sunday's more. I say more reggae, more of the reggae artists, more
Oh,
than
okay.
the dancehall. But no,
Okay.
it's, hold on.
Okay.
My father's on the Sunday. I
Yeah.
thought my daughter was on Saturday. Well, let me just go back to Saturday a minute.
Hold on, scroll down to Sushi.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back for you. Sunday.
Like Thames, but that wasn't Thames, was it? Oh, no.
Savannah.
So be true. Last week when your hair was up in the air, and I said to you, your hair was stuck up.
Beetroot.
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 Oh, Beetroot.
Beetroot Paris. That's her name.
Oh,
Beetroot
Beetroot
Paris.
Paris.
What is it
Ah,
You can cuss him, you know. You can cuss him, you know.
No, I thought he said.
No, 'cause
I
it
thought he
did
said
sound
you
that
said
first. He said beetroot.
No,
and
this
I
is
was
what-
thinking because the beetroot's got a
Yeah,
stem as well.
yeah,
And then he said like,
no,
how
yeah.
No,
I was
so
thinking, is that my nickname?
last, as we know, one of her hair was like, you know, not trying to blow you up again. But
Yes.
this, and I
Of course
said,
not, of course
I,
not.
I said,
Let me just
your
bring it
hair
up
was
now.
stuck up in the air like steel pulse, and you were like, huh? What's that?
That's them.
So that's Steel Pulse. I guess it's the one here. If we bring up a picture of Steel Pulse on his signature,
Okay.
his signature look.
yeah, and that's what I was talking about.
So you're comparing me to man?
No,
That's what I'm hearing. You want to show me an old man and say this is what you look like?
Soon he'll be telling you that you got a beard.
no.
Innit?
Why is it like that? Oh,
Like,
okay.
Look. If you look over to the right, over here,
Wow.
Oh, see.
I said you had one of your
That's-
locks stuck up in the air like Steel Pulse.
Steel pulse.
You know,
Ah.
and you're like, huh? What? You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I was taking the piss a bit. You know what I mean?
I mean, a lot.
Yeah. So what you say? Who's on the reggae landing thing?
Oh, I would take in the reggae because I don't really go to festivals. Last festival I went was with a work colleague. Oh, he loves it. So we were somewhere in Essex, and we saw Rihanna. Who else did we see? What's that guy? The German guy. And he done remixes for Usher and stuff. I can't remember what his name is, but yeah, him. It was quite enjoyable actually.
Okay.
We got mashup.
David Guetta.
That's it.
David Guetta. I
David
like him, you
Guetta.
know.
Yes.
I do like him.
And
And I
some
like
Titanium.
Ron Robson. What's his name? The other guy.
Oh,
Mark Ronson?
Mark Robson.
Something like that. Like they all that sort of
The
era, but they do a lot of crossover with
Yes.
R&B
Yes.
and the remixes and
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that stuff. Like.
yes, yes. So yeah, went and saw them and some other artists and stuff. It was
Sorry,
quite
what was the
good.
prices on this now? I see it started at £44 or something.
The 80 about £80, including the.
Booking fee.
I think for the weekend for the 2 days, it's 159 or something, including that's for the weekend ticket. Because there's no more, that's for the adult tickets.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Child tickets are like 30 quid or something, toddlers.
I like the
the
idea that you can. 'Cause it
I
reminds
was
me of
gonna
like Reggae Sunsplash
Okay.
back in the day. I was a regular there with
Kids,
my
you
mum.
can-
You can take the kids and like I went to City Splash. Me and my daughter went to the first one, but if I knew what the setup was going to be, I would have definitely taken all of my
All of the
my
kids,
nephews and my
yeah.
niece, because it was an experience and it's that Sunsplash sort of vibe, stage show.
Yeah.
Like
Let them-
the band,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you eat food and you find your spot, you sit down, like that whole, those memories
Yeah,
are so
man.
core to my childhood. I'd love to be able to give my children, my legacy
Yeah,
loves,
man.
those same sort of
Yeah,
experiences.
man.
It won't be the same, but so important. It's so
Yeah,
important.
I agree.
Yeah, man.
I agree with that.
But yeah.
You can't even do it through carnival anymore.
Nah.
Well, what carnival?
You know, when you think of how carnival was growing up,
That's
it
what I'm
was
saying,
that family
yeah.
setting, and it was
Yeah.
all the
Yeah, yeah.
stage shows with the different tents of music.
And our children don't have that excitement for those sort of events. They don't
No.
even have christenings. Very rarely christening. Very
Excursions.
rarely weddings.
Excursions.
Excursions. And I see people still trying to do it, and we're trying to catch or draw back that vibe.
not-
but it's not the same
not
because the kids
happening.
ain't interested.
Not interested.
They don't get it. Like they don't understand that excursion was what we look
Exactly.
forward to the whole
Yeah.
week.
Exactly.
You go
Whole week,
back
innit?
up with your cousin
Exactly.
that you ain't seen, and you go run. Do you know what I mean? They
run
just
around, get up at 5, like we said, innit?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
start
Yeah.
smelling all that food
Yeah,
cooking.
yeah.
you can't eat
Exactly.
it.
It was,
Took half a
but it
day.
was all of it, yeah. But all of that built to it,
Yeah,
all of that,
experiences.
that memory.
We got to get it back, people. We got to
do.
try.
I
We're
was
going to
just
try.
Literally, as you were
Let's try.
saying it, I was thinking, well, we're the people to do that now.
Yeah.
Bring it
But
back.
the thing
yes.
is we can still kind of do it, but we now know we know how to cater to the children. Because again, when we used to go to beach and all of them things there, the kids would have a good day once we've gone
Yeah.
to the pier and then
Yeah.
do the arcades and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely need to see if we can put that together. And we enjoy them sort of things.
Loved it. Loved it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
well,
think,
Yeah.
I'm going to try and
well,
organise sports
I think the next episode we're going to have to touch on all of these stuff, you know what I mean? Because like I think the community needs to get together a bit more,
Yep.
a lot more. And just in general, we need to get together more and just start enjoying life, I think, going
putting
out
our
and
culture
just-
back in
yeah, just
play
enjoying
for our
life.
That's it.
I think we
The
need
culture.
to take
The culture is important. We're losing it.
we need to take a
100%.
We're
role
losing
model
it.
approach.
We need to
at
put it
this
back
as
in.
well
100%.
and
Yeah.
and use this platform to promote and put this and start the ball rolling.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
True.
Well, that's where we draw the line, draw to the end of another episode. Once again, I have to give it up to our special guest for this week,
Yeah.
Mr. Genius himself.
Yeah, it's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you for
Appreciate
coming.
it.
Good.
Thank
for
you.
being
Thank
here.
you.
You know, it's been a great vibe, and be true, Paris, and the great Asherpreneur. Yes, the great
great in
Asherpreneur.
front of it. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not knocking that. Thank you.
Yeah, the great
Thank you,
Asherpreneur
thank
every
you.
time. Honestly,
And to you as well, Rudie Rich. Thank
Rudie.
you.
well, yeah.
You
respect.
always organise. You always have it all here set up. We haven't really got to do much other than come and talk. So I appreciate you. Appreciate you putting us on. Thank you.
Respect.
Of course, man.
Yeah. So, like we say every week,
Like, subscribe, watch, share.
Like, subscribe, share. Randomly speaking. Don't ask me to say
oh
that.
gosh, this again. I'm gonna go straight into the bloopers.
Like and subscribe.
Like, what was it?
Subscribe. Let her do it on her bloody own. Look, that's pure promotion. Share, subscribe. It's central.